Numbers 31 to 33, God called Moses to put together an army, 1,000 from each tribe, to take vengeance on the Midianites who had joined the Moabites in seducing the men of Israel. God gave victory, including the death of Balaam, without the loss of even one Israelite. But Israel spared the Midianite women and children. Moses ordered them to kill every male child and every woman who had known a man intimately. God had brought the Israelites out of Egypt in one night, but he was still working on getting Egypt out of the Israelites after 40 years. We as believers are in the world, but the world is not to be in us. In Numbers 32, Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh asked to settle east of the Jordan. Moses was concerned about this. The 2.5 tribes agreed to go into Canaan with the rest of Israel and war with them till they had taken possession. Moses agreed, but he said they would be held to it, saying, "Be sure your sin will find you out." In other words, as Galatians 6:7 says, "Be ye not deceived, little children. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. If he sows to please the flesh, from the flesh he will reap a harvest of corruption. If he sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit he will reap a harvest of quality life." They did make good on their promise. In Numbers 33, here we see a log of every step and stop of the Israelites from the day they left Egypt to the promised land. God was with them every step of the way. If you are a believer, God promises to go with you all the way. He who began a good work in you is faithful to bring it to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. God told Moses to instruct the Israelites to completely drive out the inhabitants in the land with their vile pagan practices. God's, he is actually being merciful and desiring to clean up this land. He warns the Israelites not to compromise with the inhabitants, but to completely drive them out. If they don't do this, there will be trouble, and God promises to do to the Israelites as he planned to do to the Canaanites. Our own compromise in and with the world will have the same result. Mark 9, 1 through 29, Jesus allowed Peter, James, and John to see him in some glorious state on the Mount of Transfiguration as he spoke with Moses and Elijah. A voice from the cloud said, "This is my beloved Son, listen to him." Jesus was left alone. The fulfillment of the law, Moses, and the prophets, Elijah. Jesus fulfills it all. Jesus only is a great motto. The disciples asked why the scribes say Elijah must come first. Jesus inserted here the focus on his own suffering. He said Elijah had come. John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah, announcing Messiah, but Israel rejected him, and will call for his crucifixion. Many think that Elijah will be one of the two witnesses in Revelation during the tribulation when the Jews finally do receive Jesus as their Messiah. As Jesus came off the mount, one came to him saying his disciples couldn't cast a demon out of his son. Jesus said, "All things are possible to him who believes." The Father said, "I do believe, help my unbelief." I love this. We all have times when we should simply pray, "Lord, help my unbelief. Give me faith to believe you, to trust you in this." Let's go ahead and be honest with the Lord when we're struggling. He already knows it anyway.